Alright, your Toro snowblower won't start and you replace the spark plug and you keep priming it and you don't hear any gas or anything, but it just won't start. And the problem is most of the time is the carburetor is dirty or it's not getting fuel. So I will be showing you how to clean a carburetor on a 3 horsepower Toro CCR snowblower. It's not just for the 1000 series, it's just for the CCR or anything that's got like a 3 or more horsepower motor. Anything that has these kind of augers. Not like those two-sided auger thingies with the weird looking chutes, but alright, let's get started. First things you're going to need is to be outside or like in your garage and vented so your parents don't yell at you like mine does for smelling like gas all the time. So make sure you're vented, and then you're going to need a rag, you're going to need something to catch gasoline in, and you're going to need like a flathead or a Phillips screwdriver, a 1/2-inch wrench, or like a 1/2-inch ratchet, which I'm going to use instead, and some sort of like carburetor cleaning, like carb and choke, like the choke for governors and stuff. So use this stuff, or some WD-40 will work pretty good. And I'll be showing you now how to clean the carburetor. Alright, now you want to make sure, like in mowers and stuff, you want to remove the spark plug wire, but instead all you got to do is just remove the key of the ignition and set it somewhere where you know where it is so you don't forget. And you're going to need the screwdriver to like take out the screws, like right here and right here. So take those out right here and right here. And then what you're going to need to do is to take the snowblower, this won't affect it at all, and to lift it forward and put it right on its chute in front. Be careful when doing this. Now you're going to have a couple of screws. Make sure you have a flathead, actually. Don't use a Phillips, use a flathead. And take the screws out right here, and right here, or anywhere where you see screws. And be careful when you lift up this, and so you can get the choke right back in where it was. And then you remove the cover. Just to note, you do not actually, I made a mistake, you do not have to remove this plate right here. You don't have to. Okay, I decided not to take off the cover, and I'm lazy, since it's easier. And you got your fuel line right here, you got the ignition wire, be careful with this. You got your primer bulb line, so it's not too complicated. Just pay attention and you won't have any struggles. And I forgot to mention, you're going to need vice grips or pliers. Vice grips like this, and you're going to remove this clamp and slide it backwards. And then my little gas strips, so it's not a big deal. And take it, just wiggle it out from in there, and just take it and set it like aside, right by the line, the pull start cord. Then you got the primer bulb line right down here. Wait, let me see. Right here where I'm squeezing. Be careful. Just like take it, or you can just take your fingers and see now. Take it right here. Oh crap, snow's drifting in. And then just twist it out and pull it. Set this back here. It's not too hard. I'm just a little weak. Yeah, she's doing wrestling. Now that rag was not to clean the stuff off or any gas. That was just to block air or snow from entering the carburetor or air intake, so nothing gets messed up. And set a junk rag or underwear like right underneath this silver bowl, and you're going to need to pay really good attention when you're doing this. Okay. So, let's see. Okay, so first things first. Grab your ratchet and make sure you take it right here and you twist left, like you lift it up. Like you got this little screw right here. Make sure you be careful, don't break that, don't tighten it or else it's going to break. And just twist it off. And set that screw somewhere aside where you know you're not going to lose that. And it's going to have a little gasket. So the gasket, keep it right here. Do not lose it. Just set it right on it. And then you got this bowl. Wait, where is it? Let's see. All right, the bowl. And you're going to be real careful with this because there's a gasket on there. And sometimes it might fall off, sometimes it won't. little gas will piss out of there, and then you got the float. You can remove that, and I'll show you how to do that. And inside here we got, let's see, where's the camera? All right, yeah, the gas looks a little, yeah, it's pretty dirty, not like dirt and corroded and everything, but it looks yellow and disgusting, fermented in a way. So I'll drain the gas out of that and dump it on your rag, dump it in your weeds, do whatever with it. So set that with the bowl or nut, like with the screw. And then right here, you just want to wiggle this and see if you hear any swishing sounds. And if you do, I mean, it's got water inside of it. So, nothing inside of it, so it's good. Make sure if this does fall out, all you got to do is, there's a pin right there. You want to insert that into a little slot and then put that back in, and careful. And then there's a pin right here that holds it right here. Slide that up, and then try your best not to lose this. If not, then I would show you how on a Briggs & Stratton, but it's too complicated on it to come see. And just keep that right there in place. And what you want to do next is to take your carb cleaner or WD-40 or lubrication stuff, and to squirt it all around so it's clean, even around the governors and stuff. And then your bowl right here, you want to like soak it in there and let it dry. Then last, you got your nut. You got, like, first you're going to have to remove the gasket. Ah, crap. Let's see. Shit. Okay, the gasket you just peel off. And right here you got a little hole. You want to be able to see through that. So, see if you can see the toro through my other toro. You can see straight through that. Then you got a hole down the middle, like a little tiny hole. You're going to need something like, here, I'll show you a wire brush. Okay, so there's a hole down the middle, so you're going to have to, like, take a paper clip and then just take it, like, spread it out, and then just insert it in and out, in and out. And then down the middle, this one was actually, I checked it and it was rusted shut, so I can either buy a replacement or clean it. And I'm just going to buy a replacement because I don't know how old these things are. I'm going to look up what year they are online with the model code and everything. And I'll be right back. And I am not good at keeping my tools organized, but there's two other tools that you're going to need. You're going to need like a wire brush or a wire wheel, bit for a drill, and then you're going to need a pair of wire cutters. I am not good at keeping my tools organized sometimes, or listing what I need and then figure out I need more later. So take this, snip one off, and be careful with it. Okay, I got one right there, that came off the wire brush. Just one is all you need. Pretty cheap. You can go and buy a $30 carb kit, or you can just do what I'm doing. Take the jet, and you take this thing, and you take down the hole. Like, I wish I had a video camera on the stand. Let's see if I can. You can barely see the hole right through there in the middle. Take this, just in and out, in and out, just to that hole in the middle, and then it will unrust it, or like, oh yeah, you spray this with carb cleaner, you soak it, then you take the little thing right here, you just go in and out, and hopefully that should do good. Take it and blow on it. Careful, don't smell the gas. Bowl's clean. It's got a little dirt stained into it, but not a big deal. And the gasket, you might want to spray that with carb cleaner. I thought this is going to be a part 2 of the snowblower carburetor cleaning, since my camera wouldn't let me film anymore, which is stupid. So yet again, put the gasket on the main jet, take the bowl, and notice how, like, there's a slant right there. Now, it means that one part's higher and one part's lower. Now, what you want to do is, with the float right here, they call this a float because it rises up with the gas. The gas enters the carburetor, and that rises up, which, like, lets a certain amount of gas go in, or else it's going to flood and you're not going to have it running. So make sure, like, see, like, where this line is, or where the pin is. you want to take the bowl, and the part that sits like this, you want to put the big part less slanted onto this where it falls, and this lined up with a pin, so the float has room to sink, or else you're not going to be able to get it to run. If it does, it's not going to run properly and poorly. So get that, stick it on there. Sorry about that, the gasket of the around it came off. So what you want to do, if that ever does come off, you want to peel it off, just let it dry out, and then try to get it to round back where it was, and then stick the float on, and then get the jet. I actually replaced the jet because we're going to do a part 3 because my crap tablet just won't let me keep going. So I had to delete some other videos. And so if the gasket comes off, you just put it right back on, and then put the float on. I replaced the jet because this one I had to take it apart because it wouldn't start because the jet was rusted shut. So I replaced it. I bought one online for $2, and it was used. So this is like a third day. This is 3 days later. You can't read it with the tablet. So the part number for this main jet is 101. Pretty simple, good, self-explanatory, and last things first. Now this, you want to take your tools, make sure they're out of the way, and you're going to need your bucket. Ugh, man, I'm tired. Just woke up, ate some waffles, and tornado's on. Just going off. So you want to take the fuel line. Just want to set it back real quick, or set it back, and then make sure set it, and then take this fuel line, pull it back, and watch it piss down the bucket. And if it doesn't go right away, then you can just open up the fuel cap, and sometimes that'll help. Or you can be like a meth head like me, which I'm not on drugs, I'm healthy. I do a lot of work, so I'm a good person. Take your mouth, just blow on it, don't suck. That should get it out. And you want to lift it back up. I should empty the fuel. And then put the fuel line right back where it was. You don't need the vice grips. Take the primer line, stick it back where it was, and you might have to do a little twisting and pushing. And the clamp, you're going to need the vice grips or your fingers, be strong, and then put it back on where it was, that little red clamp. Where is it? Yeah, this little part right here. Pinch it, and then just push it. And to be on the safe side, not many people know this, but I keep this a secret to myself. I use fuel injector cleaner once I'm done cleaning a carburetor. This stuff does help, and it keeps your gas preserved. Not only this stuff, the fuel injector cleaner, where is it? Man, stupid camera. Fuel injector cleaner. You can also take a can of Seafoam. If you don't want to do what I just did, just go out and pay $10 for this can. Seafoam, you can buy it at Dollar General, you can buy it at AutoZone, whatever, car part store. It's like $10. You pour half of it in there with old gas, or you don't put old gas, but just pour half of it, let it sit, try to get it started. Should fire right up, but let it run, put some fresh gas, be good to go. It's motor treatment. You can put it in 4 cycles and 2 cycles stuff. It gives you all the information of what it does. Pretty cool. And I also use gas treatment for the winter for all my lawnmowers and crap. This stuff does help, keeps it preserved. It's better than stabilizer in my opinion, because it keeps it preserved for 2 years. I paid $10 for this pack. Pretty nice. Gas treatment, let me read you what it does. It says it saves gas, restore peak performance, saves gas, restore power, saves gas, maintain energy, and maintain engine efficiency, restore power, and fight engine knock. So if you feel like your motor's about to throw a rod, pour a little of that, and oh yeah, with this you can pour this in your gas tank or in your oil, so that's good. But supposedly that should prevent it from throwing a rod, I guess, or from knocking. Should help it. Just want to give that little advice, this little tip. And that is how you clean a carburetor on a Tecumseh. Make sure it's Tecumseh snowblower. Make sure it's not like a Suzuki or Honda, because it's going to be hell of a lot complicated. And put your tools back, and then we'll try it out.